Hello and welcome to the photography show and the video show official preview show. I'm David, and in these special online preview shows, we're going to be looking forward, whetting your appetite, if you will, to what to expect when the in-person show opens at the NEC in Birmingham from Saturday the 17th till Tuesday the 20th of September 2022. Coming up in today's preview show, we'll be hearing from Neil from Nikon and Claire from OM System about what they'll be unveiling in Birmingham. Show director Ruth Focard will be here telling us what's new for 22, and we'll have the first of our speaker showcases where we get to know some of the amazing photographers and creatives who will be speaking at TPS and TVS this year as they tell us what they'll be sharing on stage. Lots to look forward to, but first, everyone in the photography show team is deeply saddened by the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Out of respect, on the day of Queen Elizabeth's funeral, Monday the 19th of September, the photography show will not be open. However, the show will reopen as usual on Tuesday the 20th. Entry tickets purchased can be used on any other day of the show, and the Pro Masterclass and Super Stage sessions scheduled for the Monday will now be moved to the Tuesday. Thank you for your understanding. Now, to help set the scene for this year's show, I caught up with event director Ruth Focard. Please note this interview, along with some other parts of the preview show, were recorded prior to the Queen's passing. Ruth, not long now, really looking forward to it. Tell us what's new for 2022.
Oh, David, we've got so much going on at the show this year. We're really, really excited to get on site, as always, but even more so, I think, this year. We've got On Location, which is a great new stage. That's our new feature stage this time. And we've got something we're calling Creator Con, which is creator stage and creator playground, which is fab. And lots of old favourites as well, to be honest. We've got Photo Live coming back, Behind the Lens. Analog Showcase comes back for its second year. The studio, which is a video stage, and all sorts. So yeah, we've got loads of really cool content happening at the show.
New stuff, but firm favourites. And in terms of the size of the show, because 2021, I mean, I love 2021. It was so good. That was one of the first events, I think, after everything that happened, that I'd been fortunate enough to go to. I thought 2021 was terrific. What can people who maybe were at 2021, what difference do you think they will notice as we come into, hopefully, everything bad being behind us here?
Yeah, I mean, as you say, it was amazing to be back on site for 2021. But this time, I'd say we're probably twice as big.
Oh, wow.
It's really great to see so many brands back on the show floor, you know, big brands and small. And a lot of brands that weren't able to make it to the show last time for, you know, various reasons that probably don't need to talk about. So yeah, I think they'll just find it. There's so much more to look at than there was last year, because there's
And the thing I think that we've always said about the photography show, and you know, I've been there every year since 2014. You know, when it was first. Well, maybe I don't know, but was that sense of energy, that sense of a buzz, and that sense of community. You know, it's the one event in the UK where. In Europe, really now, let's face it, where everyone comes together, and it's as much about feeling that buzz, capturing that energy, being inspired by people who maybe you see every year or have never met before, and that's what I know that you try and capture at the show.
As you say, the community thing is one of the most important factors for us. This show has such a great buzz, such great energy about it, and to see all those people come together, you know, there's people that meet up once a year at the show, or you know, they just take an opportunity to make a weekend or make a few days of it, and it's really great to see. I think last year, 2021, was particularly the analog community really kind of highlighted that to me, because it was the first time we'd had our analog specific area at the show, and it was just great. It was so nice to see so many people come together, and then new people coming in to learn about film photography that you know hadn't done it before, hadn't done it first time round. So no, it was just such a nice atmosphere, and yeah, that's what we try to bring that back every time.
See you in Birmingham very, very shortly indeed.
You will.
Take care, Ruth. Show director Ruth Focard there, giving us a flavour of what to look forward to at the NEC, and we'll be hearing more from Ruth in our other preview shows too. Time now for a chat with one of the show's many amazing exhibitors, OM System. It's Claire Harvey-May, who is lead trainer, lead technical expert for OM Systems in Europe now. Claire, thank you for joining us on the show.
David, lovely to see you again. I know we only ever get to catch up once a year, or maybe twice a year, but wonderful to see you, and looking forward to seeing you at TPS.
You've got a big banner over your shoulder there, and I know lots of very important things have been happening in terms of ownership and branding and naming and all that sort of stuff. So fill in the gaps for anyone who maybe hasn't been tuned into that journey as much as you have.
Yes, it's been a very exciting year. OM System, as you know, from the carve out from Olympus, is doing really well. We've brought lots of new product to the market in the last year, 18 months, and we launched the OM1, which is the biggest selling mirrorless camera across all manufacturers for many, many years. So that's really interesting. We had lots of switchers when the OM1 came. It was the camera that everybody was waiting for, and we've launched lots of lenses. We've launched little digital recorders, and there's lots more in the pipeline. So it's actually been really exciting. It's been very busy, but it has been amazingly exciting. So we're looking forward to doing the photography show because it's where we get to meet and greet our loyal and faithful customers. So looking forward to that.
Of which there always are very, very many, and I know there are lots of opportunities on your stand to engage with you guys as the technical experts, to get hands-on with kit, but then also to hear from people who are using your equipment and doing amazing things with them, your ambassadors. So just tell us who you have coming to your booth this year to showcase what's capable with your equipment.
So we have got the favourite Gavin Hoey. Gavin Hoey is going to be on the stand. We have Tesney. We have Geraint Radford, who is all about the macro. And I'm sure there'll be ambassadors visiting and floating around the stand as well. So I always look forward to that because, as I said, it's, travel is still a little limited, isn't it? I don't think we're going across the country as we were. No. But I think this is the opportunity where we get to see everybody. So lots of things happening, lots of speakers, obviously that will be up on the timetable. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm always, when I'm on the stand, I'm always thinking, gosh, I wish I was watching that person on the super stand or on one of the big stands. So I tend to miss out on those. And I'm always very jealous because the photography show has had some incredible speakers, and I'm looking forward to the lineup.
And I'm looking forward to the lineup on your, in terms of ambassadors, on your booth as well. Gavin, I've known Gavin for years. He really knows what he's doing. And also, he knows how to communicate that. He's certainly one of the best trainers who I've had the privilege of watching work. And also Tesney as well. I remember it's certainly not her first time with you, and her work with wildlife. I'm sure I remember some amazing images of badgers that she's taken in the past. She's also an inspiration, isn't she?
Yes, and it's interesting because Tesney's still fairly young and she's female, so it's one of those things where she's been doing wildlife photography for many years, and actually she runs workshops, and she does get really good feedback and some fabulous images, obviously. And as you said, Gavin, the infectious Gavin, I mean, you can't help but want to go home and take amazing pictures once you've watched Gavin, one of Gavin's sets, because he just comes alive and his teaching skills are amazing. And then of course you've got Geraint Radford. He's our lovely Welsh guy. His macro look at the close-up world is pretty phenomenal. But also he's infectious too. It's amazing how incredibly excited he gets about a tiny spider, in his back garden, and I love it. And all the sort of macro images that you're getting, the sort of portraits of bugs and spiders and things, just that look at a different world. And so we're very lucky. We have some fantastic ambassadors, and I'm glad that we're going to be showing a few of them off.
Something else that you have at the show, and I think you've had it in previous years as well, is the check and clean. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I mean, it's really interesting because we led the way with Check and Clean years ago when we first started, and it became bigger and bigger. But obviously you have to think about the size of the stand. We then obviously had COVID, so we couldn't bring Check and Clean last year, which we were quite sad about, to be fair, but it's back. There are a couple of restrictions this year because what happens with Check and Clean is people will bring literally a bag full of kit, and they'll have 3 or 4 cameras and 10 lenses. So we are restricting it a little bit this year to make it a bit fairer for everybody. So it's going to be 2 items per person, and you will need to go onto the Olympus site and the photography show website to register those items, and then turn up with them. So we're trying to make it a bit fairer for everybody. If we were to sort of let everybody do 10 or 12 items, we'd have to have about 10 Check and Cleans from our service centre, which isn't possible with the size of the stand. So just make sure you register if you're going to bring your bits and pieces, and just bring the 2 bits that you're going to use all the time. I would bring a body and your favourite lens. That's probably what I would do. Get the body checked and cleaned, get your favourite lens checked and clean. But yeah, you do need to register.
Good stuff. Listen, Claire, fantastic to chat to you as always, and look forward to seeing you at the show.
Can't wait. See you soon.
Thank you very much, Claire. As we said, the show's not just about the kit, it's about the inspiration, which is as good a cue as any to introduce the first of our speaker showcases, where we celebrate the amazing creatives who'll be sharing their work, their skills, their experience, and their top tips at the show. So let's hear now from Pascal Muhausen, Rachel Brewster-Wright, Tony Harmer, Simon Riddell, and Nick Church.
Hi, I'm Pascal, photographer and content creator with a focus on storytelling people photography for Europe's biggest photo finisher, Seaweed.
Hi, I'm Rachel Brewster-Wright from Little Vintage Photography. I am an analogue photographer, specialised in education, weddings and workshops.
Hi, my name is Tony Harmer, also known as the Design Ninja. I'm best described as a creative Swiss Army knife because I'm involved in photography, video, animation and design.
Hi there, my name's Simon Riddell. I'm an analogue photographer specialising in wet plate collodion photography, which was invented in 1851. I spend my time split between the mainland in Scotland and the Isle of Skye.
Hi, my name's Nick Church. I am a wedding and commercial photographer and filmmaker based in Bristol in the UK. As well as the creative side to my business, I also run workshops for other photographers and videographers to take their work and their businesses to where they need them to be.
Professionally, what I enjoy most is sharing my knowledge to make it easier for you to develop your own skills.
This year at the photography show, I'm going to be delivering 4 days of demonstrations on the cyanotype process, which is something like this, and hopefully helping people to create their own print to go into a pop-up exhibition. Alongside that, on the Tuesday, I will be doing a talk on hybrid wedding photography, thinking about film and digital and how you can create something really special for your couples.
I'll be speaking about my way to work with real-life people instead of professional models, to create authentic yet advertising content for your brand. See you on the On Location stage on Tuesday.
I'll be speaking on 2 stands on the 17th of September. The first stand is Behind the Lens, where I'm sponsored by Intrepid, who make these amazing cameras. I'll be speaking about my current project, which is entitled Peak Perseverance, which is a wet plate collodion initiative set deep into the Cullen Mountain.
I'm lucky enough to be delivering 2 sessions at the Photography Show 2022. The first one is Lightroom Workflows, Time is Money. So this is aimed at photographers that are selecting, editing and delivering huge numbers of images, and there's going to be loads of tips in there on how to really reduce the amount of time you have with your head stuck in Lightroom. And the time you save can be put into much more valuable things for your business, or you can use it to go to the pub.
Second talk of the day will be at 3 p.m, where I'm sponsored by Ilford. I'm going to be speaking on that stand essentially about the wet plate collodion project that I call Mental Collodion, which follows my journey into my own psyche and the psyche of others, dealing with mental health, recovery and issues. And it's really about the sort of cathartic nature of collodion and art and mental health.
The second session is called Adding Moving Image to Your Stills Business. This is going to provide a baseline of tips, camera techniques, camera settings, everything you need to do to start creating video content and selling it alongside your photography.
This year, once again, you'll find me talking about making and editing videos and motion graphics in Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, and also Photoshop. All you'll need for my sessions is a notebook, sense of adventure, and $1 million, or if you're short on that, come along with a sense of humour.
Thank you, Pascal, Rachel, Tony, Simon, and Nick. Back to the show's exhibitors now, and I caught up with friend of the show, Nikon's Neil Freeman, and I started off by asking him about Nikon's new launches since the last photography show.
Great to be here, David. Great to see you again, and I can't believe it's been a year since the last photography show. We've had a really busy year at Nikon. We've launched the Z9, our flagship camera. That will be on show at the photography show on the Nikon stand. We've got the Z30, which is our new vlogging camera as well. That will be new, first time to get hands on with that. We've got a wide range of lenses on the stand as well. So some of our longer glass, we've had a really spectacular year with launches for big glass. So an 800mm f6.3 phase Fresnel lens, which has gone down superbly well with Nikon customers. We've got the 400mm f4.5. We've got the 100 to 400 f4.5 to 5.6. Stunning lens. Use that one myself. We've got the 400mm prime, the 400mm f4.5 as well. So we've got lots of new kit available on the stand for people to come in and play with. We've also got all of the existing mirrorless range as well. So the Z6 II, the Z7 II, the Z5s, the ZFC, the retro camera as well. So we've had a hugely busy year, been really, really good for Nikon, and I'm really looking forward to talking to delegates and talking about the new kit.
I'm really, really interested to get hands on with the Z9. I haven't had a go with that yet, so looking forward to that. But of course, it's not just about the kit, it's about the content, and you've got some truly inspirational people who are going to be speaking on your stage, on your booth there at the show. Just give us a top line as to the kind of people that people will be inspired by when they visit your stand this year.
So on the Nikon School stage, we have a wide range of speakers over every day. Myself and my colleague Rishi from Nikon School, we will be talking about how to get the best out of your Nikon cameras, your lenses, covering a wide range of genres of photography, landscape, astro, wildlife photography. We've then got other speakers such as Alfie Bowen, who will be talking about his wildlife photography and his autism and how sort of that really helped him sort of cope with his autism, things like that. We've then got Ian Rice, who is a sports and wildlife photographer. Ian will be talking about how his disability and being in a wheelchair doesn't actually stop him taking some amazing pictures. He's got some great images. We have Andy Parkinson, who is a Nikon ambassador. He's a world-renowned wildlife photographer. We have Shalane Forrest and Scarlett Page, who are music photographers. I'll be interviewing them and be talking about how you can get some amazing music photography images when you're actually working sort of at some of those big concerts. We've got Caroline Mendelsohn, who will be talking about portraiture and doing sort of very art-driven projects as well. Leon Neal from Getty will be talking about photographing politics and covering sort of some of the biggest events that you can have in the world that are going on right now. So wide range of speakers on the stage, and it changes every different day. So we'll be publishing that. You can have a look at that on the TPS website at the moment and see which talks you actually want to come and have a look at.
You've got something else going on that isn't necessarily inside the show. You've got some photo walks as well. Tell us more about those, Neil.
Yeah, we've got a photo shoot going on. We're running these in the morning and afternoon each day. They're bookable via the Nikon School website. You'll meet on the Nikon stand. Of course, you're going to need a ticket to the photography show to get in and take part here. They're actually free events for Nikon delegates. You're going to have a Nikon camera. But we'll be teaching sort of fashion photography, urban lifestyle photography. So going out and about, maximum 10 delegates. So these are going to book up really quickly. So going out and learning about lighting and how to get the best out of your kit as well. So looking forward to running those morning and afternoon at the photography show. Check out the Nikon School website if you want to book those.
And a great thing about those photo walks as well, obviously, you know, you get to go out, do stuff, be shown some techniques and maybe some lighting tips or whatever it is, but you're also with some other people who share similar interests, share similar kit, and it's that camaraderie sometimes that is one of the things you take away from it about building a new network, which is great to do after these dark times of a different sort of networking perhaps over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we're seeing with our workshops as well. People are coming together. There is a huge social aspect to building communities of photographers. That's one of the things that's great, as you mentioned, about the photography show, running these little workshops. Like-minded people get to talk with other like-minded people, and you can build your network and then perhaps go out on other shoots with other photographers. We see this happen a lot on our workshops. So I do love the social aspect of sort of teaching groups and people coming together like that so they can get more out of their photography. Because again, I think when I go out shooting, while it's okay to go out on your own, I find it's a much better experience if I've got another photographer or two with me where we can chat and sort of compare pictures. And it just becomes a really, really nice sort of way of building up a community of photographers.
Yeah, same as me when I was learning the guitar when I was much, much, much younger. You can play the guitar in your bedroom, learn a bit. As soon as you start playing guitar with other people, you go, oh, that's a really interesting chord. Oh, that's a really interesting lighting tip. Oh, how did you get that effect with your flash? Very similar in many ways. All about the networking, all about getting hands-on with some amazing new kit. Like I say, there's a Z9 there, I think, with my name on it, and hearing from some inspirational speakers. You've got everything covered there. Neil, thank you very much. Look forward to catching up with you at the show.
Sounds good. Look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks again to Neil, and indeed to all of our guests today. We're almost out of time. Make sure you head over to photographyshow.com to buy your tickets and to plan your day. We'll be back with another preview show very soon indeed. For now, thanks for watching. See you in Birmingham.